Welcome, Abundance Seeker, to another episode of Fearless and Power Tube. I'm glad you could be here today. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 steps to make change stick. So here we are. We welcomed a brand new year. Welcome 2017. So I know a lot of people do New Year's resolutions. They get all geared up for change, right? Everyone wants to improve their life and have the best year ever. So guess what happens right around January 15th? Well, you probably guessed right. About 95% of the people that set New Year's resolutions quit. Yep, that's right. They quit. Well, times get tough. You know, you get started in it and you're all jazzed for about a week or so, and then life seems to settle into complexity and it just rocks your boat and you're not ready for any sort of complexity. You weren't ready for a challenge. So that's when the New Year's resolutions fail. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 steps to really make that New Year's resolution stick. Now, I don't want to get confused with the ways we can change our life. We all know about lots of ways we could change our life, right? One of the biggest ways you can change your life that will have the most impact is through your health and your fitness. And it's something that you can do today. You could literally stop having a soda pop. 1 soda pop a day would change your life. And you could stop smoking today. You could go to the store and get a patch and really stop smoking, and that would really change your life. You could go to a gym and start a membership, and that would change your life today. But that's not what we're talking about here. So when you've decided that there's something that you want to improve on in your life and you're ready to make that change, you want to make sure it sticks, right? Well, the number 1 step, the very first step that we have to do to make sure the change sticks is to create a very strong vision. Some of these ways to do this is to write it down. I think it's really important for you to write it down and maybe even talk to somebody so that you can have accountability. That's a really great way to stick to your vision. So in step 2, it's really important to change your wish list into a must list. So let's face it. We fail sometimes in our goals and things that we say that we want to do because we don't make it important. We don't raise our standards enough to say, I'm going to do this. So when you say that you're going to do something, it turns into a must. Now this is something that is really important if you really want to have success and make this change stick. In step 3, it's important for you to have a compelling reason to make this change. So we have ideas of what we want, but remember earlier in the video I mentioned to you about when life has complexities and it seems to challenge us, that's when everything falls apart. So having your compelling reason, having your why right in front of you is so important. So as part of your strategy, you've written down your vision, right? And now what you want to do is you want to write down why you want to make this change. Why is it important to you? But also talk about what feeling you're going to get from it. So when you say, I want to lose weight, let's talk about being specific about why you want to do it and say, maybe I would really like the way I look in clothes better. I would feel more confident in myself if I lost the weight. You know, those are really compelling reasons. What about, I would really feel amazing if I knew my body was healthy. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you talk about having a compelling reason, that's not even enough. Let's talk about the feeling that is going to be associated with it. In step 4, I think it's important for you to review your goal as well as to measure it. As the days progress, while you're working on this goal, you want to review it like an affirmation so that it becomes you. It's important that when we're going after a goal, that this is something that we are all about. It's something that we absorb in us. And it becomes something that we see a couple of times a day. You can review your vision and your compelling reason on a piece of paper and have it read 3 times a day so that it's really imprinted on your mind. So the other part of this is to measure it. You want to see what results you have. So we want to do this because it's a way that we can feel that we won, right? We can see what we need to do to tweak it, to improve on it. This is how any goal is performed to its fullest in a matter of success. So let's review it a couple of times a day and let's measure it to see where we are, to see if we need to make any changes. And finally, in step 5, I want you to resolve that you're going to make this change. So you came up with this idea. You thought you wanted to do it. You have your reason. You have your why. You're ready to do this, right? You're ready to dive in. Maybe you've even acquired the knowledge that you need. Oftentimes, that's what it takes to reach our goals, is just a little bit of more education. So you've done all of that. But now what you need is the most important ingredient, and that is to resolve that, to accept nothing else. It's really important for you to have no other outcome. You will reach this goal. If it's the last thing you do, you see, we've got to make the important thing the important thing. If this is your focus, then that is the important thing. So you are affirming it in your mind, you're committing it in a mantra, you're measuring it, you're doing all the right things. But did you cut off any other outcome? Like sometimes people will have a plan B if it doesn't work, right? Well, let's say that you wanted to lose 20 pounds. There's no other plan B, is there? If you wanted to quit smoking, there's no plan B. You really want to do this, you have to resolve that there is no other outcome. The bottom line is that you want to ask yourself while you're going through this process, before you commit to it, announce it to the world, how bad do you really want it? We need to make sure that you have high enough standards to really reach this goal. Because ultimately you are just setting yourself up for failure if you don't follow the steps, you don't resolve, and you don't raise your standards and do all the things that you have to do to reach your goals. And in honor of 2017, where we are all about change and improving our life, I've created something really special. It's called the Abundance Seekers. It's an exclusive private group over on Facebook. Now, if you are interested in creating an abundant life, it's all about wealth. We're going to talk about money. If you want more of the green stuff, then this is for you. So an entrepreneur is somebody who needs support and ideas, right? Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur, but you're scared. So we're going to work through the fears and the limitations that we all go through in that phase. And we're going to talk about lifestyle creation so that you can have freedom and clarity to create the life that you want. Everybody wants something different. So if this sounds like something that you want, then I'll have a link for you below so you can join today. Thanks for coming.